Welcome to the Mixed and Married Podcast. What this podcast is going to be about, this is the first official video on this page. We are from TikTok. For those of you who don't know us, we are moving over. Well, some of you guys do know us. I do vlog on my other channel. I have moved the vlogs back over to Mixed and Married. So Mixed and Married is the family vlog channel, and Mixed and Married Podcast, which is what this channel has turned into, is just me and Jason talking about relationships, you guys. And if you don't know us,
we've actually been on YouTube a lot longer than TikTok.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This is not like a brand new channel. It's just a newer platform, right?
Yeah. Just to kind of give a little backstory on us, we are going to be talking about relationship stuff on here. We're asking our TikTok family to email us questions, and you guys can do the same. And the email is mixedandmarriedpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to be anonymous, certainly just say anonymous on there. But we will potentially make a video out of your questions.
And we want requests.
Yeah.
We want to know what people, we want to be able to answer the questions that everybody always wants to know.
Yeah.
I mean, we get repeat questions all the time. So
yeah,
it's something that if we put this kind of thing out there, maybe a lot of that stuff won't be asked repeatedly over and over again.
Yeah. And if you guys are not on TikTok, it's Mixed and Married on TikTok. That's where we live stream a lot from. We've been trying to live stream over here on YouTube, so to get you guys to get to know us, but we do live stream on TikTok a lot. So that's where our crowd is coming from. But again, if you like vlogs, Mixed and Married is our family vlog channel.
This is something that we've had a bunch of requests for. A bunch of people have requested us to do a podcast. A podcast. Here we are.
Yeah, we decided to do it. So that's just a little bit of the backstory, you guys, and why we are here today. This video is going to be a how we met video,
which is our number one question that we get.
That's our number one question, you guys, on our live stream is how did we meet? How did this come about? So how this came about, you guys, we met 30 years ago. Okay, 30 years ago, before cell phones was a big thing, back when they had them big giant
brick phones
or
whatever, phones and the bag phones for cars.
That's when we met, you guys. We had beepers at the time, but we met in medical assistant school.
Yep.
So,
and actually, I can remember the first time seeing Landra was before we actually started school, because we were both up there and she was with one of her friends, another girl we went to school with, and we were all actually in the financial aid department up there. And I remember seeing her, and the only reason I remember it was because we ended up being all of us starting together in like that January.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we actually saw each other. We didn't know each other at the time. Like you said, we were just in the financial aid office getting our finances together so I can get ready to go to school. When I finished high school, you guys, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I just didn't know what to do. So that's the first school I went to, and that's where we ended up meeting. We all were in the same class together. We hung out together. A lot of us became really good friends.
Yeah, because we didn't have a huge group. I think it started out quite a bit of people, maybe 20 plus people. And then like after a month or two, it kind of died down. So there was like a smaller group, but we were all really cool. Everybody, of course, we all had the same classes. So we always like had little study groups and whatnot. So we all knew each other. And I think we was going to school, what was it, Monday through Thursday?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah, at least 4 days a week, I think. Yeah. So, and I mean, it's like, right after work, I can remember getting off, going straight to school, and then being there till like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So it's not like we didn't all get to spend a lot of time together. We all had plenty of time together, and then time in between classes, and a lot of times we'd all end up going to eat at the same places because there was only a few selections close. So
after we all finished school, we all kind of went our separate ways. I guess I should say we all kind of went our separate ways.
School was what, like 10 months?
Yeah.
Around 10 months or so, something like that.
Yeah, it was only like...
Wasn't a year.
Yeah.
It was a little less, but back then it was probably about 10 months.
My first job, you guys, right after medical assistant school, was a chiropractor. I went and worked for a chiropractor. And then after that, I went and worked for a rehab facility. That was my journey. And as I went through the rehab facility, I ended up meeting other people, and I'm like talking to occupational therapists, physical therapists, nurses, and doctors, and it made me realize that, hey, I want to go to school to do something else because I really wanted to get my hands dirty. So that's kind of where my mind started going. And then so I went back to school to be a respiratory therapist.
Which is pretty funny
Yeah.
because right after school I started working in a pulmonary clinic.
So as a medical assistant.
As a medical assistant.
Yeah.
So mine was just temporary.
Yeah.
And at that time I didn't have a bunch of support. It was mostly me. So and I had responsibilities and whatnot. So like when it came to the end of that, I had applied for a few jobs and I ended up going right where I'm at now. So and I've been there almost 30 years. Yeah. In which was out of the medical field.
So all this time we didn't lose contact because we all had each other's email, but of course everybody just went their separate ways.
That was part of the thing that they pushed on us anyway, was to keep like a group email. That way for job contacts and whatnot anyway for everybody.
So I went on and did respiratory, ended up getting a job in a hospital. That's kind of where that story led, the beginning of us meeting each other. Nothing big. Hey, just all friends in school. I moved to Denver. Wow. I moved to Denver, and then that's where I was most part of my young adult life. I was married. I ended up having 3 kids, you guys. That's where I was in life. And then
I'd already had one before we started school. I had my son, and then ended up having my daughter. Again, another responsibility for me to take care of. I was married, just kind of doing life. A few years, like 2003 or 4 or so, I had reached out and put like a group email out about wanting to go, because I knew what I wanted to do, because I went back into like manufacturing, and I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I wanted to do something to be able to help people in some kind of way, and not just pay bills, but do something I wanted to do and feel good about it. Yeah. So I ended up going to school for a little bit for respiratory therapy too. I didn't get to finish. I had a bunch of stuff going on at the time. Me and my then wife had separated. So it was just me, and all the responsibilities, trying to go to school full time, trying to pay everything for kids and whatnot. So I didn't get to finish because they put me back on a rotating shift at work, and it was either quit school or quit work, and I couldn't afford to quit work.
That's kind of where we were. Like he said, he reached out to the email. You guys, like, again, we had a group email where what we all use for contacts and all that kind of stuff. So during that time, you guys, I was pregnant with my daughter, living life like you normally would. And then I ended up separating with my ex-husband. I ended up having my daughter, and we were separated at the time. Most of you guys know her name. And that particular day, you guys, I reached out to Jason himself. So I reached out to him because I knew he was checking me out years ago, y'all. I already knew all that. But, and not, I'm being funny, but I reached out to him, and we kind of rekindled our friendship then. And I told him I had just had my daughter. He asked me how I was doing, and I was going through a not so good time. So he said, hey, do you need anything? Can I help you with anything? And I did. I needed help at the time. I didn't reach out to him because of finances. He had already reached out to me prior that year. So me reaching out to him, you guys, long story short, we ended up talking and kind of just talking about a lot of things. I always tell people we were friends for a very long time before we even got back to where we are now.
But there was a few of us. There's quite a few of us like that. We kept in contact.
We always kept in contact. The group did. So
everybody keeping up with their statuses and stuff.
Yeah, because we all wanted to know what we were doing in the field and how it was going. Long story short, I ended up moving back to Texas. Now, at this time, I'm in Denver because I moved to Denver after respiratory school. I moved back to Texas, and because I had separated from my ex, and that's actually kind of how we started talking to each other again in a serious way. So I'll let you kind of finish telling them kind of how that happened.
Oh, well, Landra had the 3 kids, and I was single.
Yeah, I had 3 kids by this time, you guys.
I was kind of dating somewhat at the time, which wasn't like anything serious. She needed me, and I mean, I didn't mind being there for her. We were always really good friends. I know what kind of person she was, so if that was going on, then she really needed some help. So I mean, I helped her out a little bit. We started getting close, and we started talking. We had I guess we seen each other for a little while, and it really wasn't even a long time at that time.
Yeah.
Because her ex came back. He came here.
Yeah. My ex came back to get his family, basically. Because like I said, we broke up. I moved back to Texas, and ultimately, months later, he came back and got all of us and took us back to Denver. Of course, that was hard on him because we were talking at the time. That's where we were in our relationship, but it still was hard. It was hard.
It was a stressful and strenuous time anyway, because I mean you were still married.
Yeah.
I mean, not y'all were separated, so but still, that situation in itself, being married, a new baby, you know what I mean, and already had the 2 kids.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard. It wasn't. I mean, it was not the ideal situation for me either. You know what I mean? For neither one of us.
Yeah.
So I think at that point in time, I mean, we just wasn't ready anyway.
Yeah.
Because the whole situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was still having issues with my ex too, so I mean, it wasn't.
But we were like a support to one another. We were there to hear each other talk about our significant others. We were there to really just, be a support for one another, and that's what we did.
I didn't like it, but I mean, I couldn't not, being a father myself. I could not understand the situation.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like I couldn't understand it.
Yeah. And I felt so bad, you guys. I felt so bad because all of a sudden, hey, I'm moving back to Texas, and
back to Denver.
Or back to Denver. I keep saying, y'all, I'm in Texas right now. But telling him, hey, I'm moving back to Denver was a kind of shock to him. Like, oh, you going back? It was kind of like that, guys.
It wasn't.
But he understood.
Yeah, because it wasn't like upset or we wasn't at odds or anything like that. I mean, it was just the situation.
It's kind of like when when we both thought like, okay, maybe something could come out of this. That's kind of how we,
But yeah, I mean, and I knew too, and just from thinking of as a man. I already knew that was a possibility. Hey, he's probably not going to be just cool with,
Yeah, his family going back to Texas.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it was. So I moved back to Denver, you guys, and then me and my ex-husband tried to work it out, do all the things that you're supposed to do. For me, I think I just,
I just think there was probably some bad blood after everything that had happened.
I think that's really what happened, you guys.
It was hard to recover from that.
Yeah.
For y'all.
It was something that moving back was the right thing to do. But it was very hard, like you said, to recover from all the pain, all the hurt, and all of that. So ultimately, we broke up again, me and my ex. But this time it was for good. We did break up for good. Here again, you guys.
It was well after that before I even knew about it.
Yeah, so it was probably a
couple years probably.
It was probably a couple years that had passed between my ex-husband coming to get us and then me and Jason connecting again. It was probably...
it was a few years. Yeah, it was a few years.
I'm trying to think.
Quite a few
probably
years.
Almost
5.
5 years,
probably.
yeah. Probably 5 years in between that time, you guys.
Before we even spoke again, I think.
Yeah. So, this is how, faith just worked out for both of us. So 5 years later, what happened? You ended up reaching out to me, and what happened? I'm trying to figure out how.
I'm pretty sure.
And he was probably just checking on me, and it had been a long time, you guys. So it was just checking. Just so happened, you guys, I was actually single at the time. It took some time to get the divorce because we got 3 kids, we had a house, you guys. So we had to really settle a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, but we ended up talking again, and the rest is history, you guys.
Even then though, it still took a couple of years before we really started dating.
Yeah.
Because we spoke a few times, you know, but because she was still in Denver and I was still here, we spoke a few times, and then I don't know. I think one time, kind of like out of nowhere, it was like around Christmas time or something. I was like, we had spoke again, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna come to Denver and visit. Mm-hmm. And then then we started talking again, and as we started seeing each other. Yeah. So, and then at that point, it wasn't long after that. I think that's when I started coming up there like every month. Yeah. I would go to Denver like once a month for almost a week at a time. Yeah. Which I could do because of my schedule. Yeah. So to kind of just hang out here and there. I think a couple times you came here. Yeah. A couple times I went to Denver. You guys, it was to Texas. I keep saying that, y'all. I'm getting everything. You're so confused. Yeah. So, a couple times I would fly to see him. He would fly to see me. All those kind of things. We got to a point where we would see each other at least once a month. Yeah. So we did, and then we decided to make it official. You guys, there was a point where we decided to make it official. Mm-hmm. There was about 4 years though that I worked on myself. Yeah. From the time I got divorced to when we literally became serious. Mm-hmm. I was really working on myself. I went through a lot of counseling, just a lot of things to undo some, what would you call it? Some emotions that I needed to undo. Yeah. You guys. Just working on yourself. Yeah. Just working on yourself. And Londra she didn't hate Denver. Londra hated the cold and snow in Denver. She loved Denver. And I almost moved to Denver to get back in the medical field. Yeah, he almost moved back there. He had a job lined up. Everything was ready. I said, because he has a daughter, and his daughter was... Well, yeah, my son and my daughter. My son was almost grown. Yeah. He was, right there at the end of high school. And then my daughter was a young teenager. Yeah. So as a mom, I'm like, I'm like, okay, my family's in Texas anyway. I really didn't like all the snow anyway. So we decided to, hey, I can get a job anywhere also. So I actually came here, got a job, and here we are. Here we are. Plus one child, you guys. Like a couple years. Yeah. It was 2 years after. Yeah, 2 years after you moved back. We had Chloe. Yeah. We had Chloe. We got married. We got married like the first year she came back. Yeah. Because I had asked her to marry me like the year before she came home. Uh-huh. So we were engaged for a little over a year or so. Yeah. Before we got married. Yeah. Got married on Christmas Day. Yes, Christmas Day, you guys. 2013. Yeah. And we did lose a child prior to having Chloe. You guys, 1 year prior. And granted, because at this time, I think you were, at 2013, I was 40. Mm-hmm. So you were 37 or so, 37, 38. Yeah. Well, and then, so by the time we had Chloe, I was 42. Mm-hmm. And Londra was 39. Yeah. So that's why we only have one more. Yeah. Yeah. And again, we lost one prior, so it kind of made us a little nervous, like, should we do this again? So that's kind of where we are. Chloe has been, of course, all the kids are a blessing, but we needed her. Yeah. We definitely needed her, you guys. So that's kind of how we met. No fancy fairy tale or anything, you guys. It was kind of messed up, I guess. I mean, like everything else, like it was life. But so that's kind of, it was a crazy way to get around to be together. But I mean, I think so funny too. Just God knew when we was going to be ready. Yeah, he lined it up because neither one of us was still married. Yeah. Neither one of us were in a relationship. It just kind of lined up. It lined up when it was supposed to.
And that's the thing, you guys. I don't think we were looking to be in a relationship. We just wanted to be friends. I knew what type of guy he was. He knew what type of woman I was. Mm-hmm. And I could trust him and he could trust me. That's where it started with us. It started just with us really being friends, being there for one another.
I mean, we've always been like friends like that because we always loved to have a good time at school. I mean, and
we would all go shopping together
for years now,
doing stupid stuff. I mean, all of us.
We've been best friends since. I mean, we really started. Since we really got together, we've been best friends.
And I think
but having that friendship, that true friendship to start off, really gave us
that sealed it. I think that just really what sealed everything.
It gave us that head start that we needed.
That
foundation.
Exactly. That foundation, you guys, and just knowing that we can really count on one another. And I think that was a big thing. We knew we could count on one another and our hearts would be protected. I think that's really kick-started all of everything.
Because I knew from school, I could tell what kind of person she was and what kind of, I needed that kind of person in my life. So all that did was elevate me. I needed that kind of support that she has provided. So.
And the same for me, you guys. I mean, he's just been there. You know what I mean? Been there for a lot of occasions, you guys. For a lot of occasions. And you can't overlook things like that, especially when he didn't want anything in return. And I think that's also, neither one of us wanted anything in return. We were just there for one another. I always say, I think that speaks volumes in a relationship. When you're dating, depending on what your age is, date with intention. We don't have time to waste.
Nobody has time to waste.
Not if you're,
and especially, like I said, that us being the age we were when we finally did get together, we had grown out of any kind of nonsense and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're so right.
We had matured. We knew what we wanted out of life. We knew we knew exactly what we wanted and where we wanted to be and what we wanted to do to get there. So
it didn't take any time, you guys. Once we got together and once we really, really got together, it was up from there, you guys. We got our stuff together. We moved into an apartment first.
Even before
we took off.
Even before you moved back here.
Yeah.
And we started really dating seriously. I mean, both of us, we took off.
Yeah.
I mean, we both took off.
We were working hard too.
Yeah. And I mean, because
we had goals.
Yes.
And we knew that what we wanted from one another,
and like you
for
said,
each other.
Like you said a while ago, it was intentional.
Yeah.
We were intentionally, hey, let's do this, get this done. We were knocking stuff off.
Yeah.
Getting this done.
Even before we moved in together, we were getting things done. So that's the beauty in relationships, you guys. This podcast channel is going to talk a lot about relationships. We're going to be diving into a lot of things, a lot of topics, interracial, marriage in general, friendships, everything. We're going to be diving into a lot of things, you guys.
But this one right here was by far the most frequently asked question.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted to know, how did y'all end up together? How did y'all end up meeting?
Yeah. So we wanted to get that one out the way, you guys. So expect many more videos after this. Real quick, you guys, I guess we should have introduced ourselves. But my name is Yolandra.
And I'm Jason.
We want to be able to help people maneuver through relationships, topics, things they go through. We feel like we have been through a lot. Yeah. This is my second marriage.
This is my third.
So we have been through a lot. We've had a lot of ups and downs.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
We've grown a lot.
Yeah. So
just experience.
We feel like we are of age. And
what did somebody say last night? Seasoned.
We are seasoned, okay? So definitely write us questions, you guys. Again, mixedandmarriedpodcast@gmail.com, and we will take your questions.
Yeah, definitely start thinking of questions.
Yeah.
That you would like to, things you would like to know.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be about us.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be about life, something or relationships or
it may be something that you are going through, and maybe we can give you some insight,
or at least our point of view.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't pretend to know everything and pretend to have been through everything, but I mean, we can at least give a point of view and advice.
Yeah. And definitely make sure you join us on our TikTok live, you guys. We go live definitely a couple times a week. Definitely join us there. Same name, you guys, Mixed and Married. That is the name of TikTok on there. You will see a picture of me and Jason on the profile. But we appreciate you guys for stopping by. For everybody that is new, again, this is our podcast channel. We have a family vlog channel that is called Mixed and Married. So definitely hit us up on all our platforms.
Yeah, for the ones that have been following us for a long time, we appreciate you, and hopefully this answers that question. A lot of questions,
you guys. Hopefully it answers a lot of questions. So you guys, we are about to get out of here. It's time to pick up Chloe. Most of you guys know Chloe, but it is time to pick her up. And you guys have a good day, okay?
Yep.
Bye, you guys.